Most Python developers use for loops every day, but many don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Let's start with a simple example. And let's run. And this prints each character one by one. What actually happens is that Python creates something called an iterator and keeps asking it for the next value until there are no values left. We can create that iterator ourselves, like this. Let's print, and let's print, and let's run, and let's print it. Okay. Every time we call next, the iterator moves forward. Let's continue. And let's run. StopIteration. That simply means there are no more values available. To avoid the error, we can provide the default value like this. And print, and print. This code is comment. Okay. And let's run. The last call returns our default value instead of raising an exception. Now, let's look at another interesting example. Iterators don't have to come from strings or lists. We can create an iterator that repeatedly calls a function, like this. Return, and let's print, and let's run, and print it. Python keeps calling the function until it returns 5. This is a powerful pattern for processing streams of data. Now, let's learn a cool iterator trick. Suppose we have a sequence of numbers, like this. Okay. And we want to group them into chunk of 3. Let's print, and let's run, and print it. Okay. Why does this work? Because all 3 arguments passed to zip are actually the same iterator. Every time zip requests values, the iterator advances. So the first tuple gets the first 3 numbers. The second tuple gets the next 3 numbers, and so on. In modern Python, we can make these safer, like this. And print. And let's run and print it. With a strict equal true, Python raises an error if the data can't be evenly divided into groups. For example, this produces an exception because 10 items can't be perfectly split into groups of 3, and that's and that's the key idea. A for loops is just a convenient interface over iterators. When you understand iter and next, you gain much more control over how data is processed in Python. Subscribe for more Python tips.